Welcome to our deep dive into the future of quantum computing. So let's get right to it. What exactly makes this technology so revolutionary?
Well, it all boils down to something called a quantum chip.
Okay.
Unlike the chips in our phones or laptops that use bits, which are either a 0 or a 1,
Right.
quantum chips use qubits, and those can be a 0,
Okay.
a 1, or both at the same time.
Both at the same time. That's pretty mind-bending. How does that even work?
It's thanks to the weird world of quantum mechanics.
Okay.
This both-at-once state is called superposition.
Right.
And allows quantum processors to work through huge amounts of data exponentially faster than classical computers.
So are we talking like comparing a bicycle to a supersonic jet?
That's a great analogy.
So the more qubits, the faster the quantum computer?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
One of your articles emphasized that it's not just about the quantity of qubits, but also the quality.
Okay.
And they use the term fidelity, which is how reliably a qubit can maintain its quantum state.
So kind of like a spinning plate.
Yes.
Where any little disturbance can throw everything off.
Yeah, exactly. And because of this, researchers are now focusing on logical qubits.
Okay.
Instead of trying to create the perfect single qubit,
Right.
they're combining multiple lower fidelity qubits to create a more stable and reliable logical qubit.
So teamwork makes the dream work even at the quantum level.
Exactly.
I like that. Some of the research that you gave me highlighted some breakthroughs from Google, IBM, and even Australia's CSIRO in 2024. What's so exciting about these?
What's really fascinating is they're demonstrating real progress in error correction.
Okay.
For example,
Yeah.
Google's Willow chip
Okay.
achieved below threshold error correction.
Okay.
This means that they've passed that crucial threshold where the error rate is low enough for practical quantum computing.
That makes sense.
It's a huge deal because it suggests we're getting closer to actually building these reliable quantum computers.
Okay, so it sounds like error correction is a key hurdle in making these practical tools. So what does that mean for 2025?
Well, the focus on these logical qubits is only going to increase. Many companies are publishing their roadmaps to achieving fault-tolerant quantum computing through logical qubits.
Wow.
We're talking IBM Quantum, Google, Microsoft, a whole bunch of others.
Yeah.
This shows that the industry is really laser-focused on building stable and reliable systems.
So 2025 really seems like a pivotal year.
Yeah.
But how do we know if these quantum computers are actually outperforming our current computers?
Right.
Is there some benchmark to measure this?
There is.
Okay.
It's called quantum supremacy.
Okay.
And it's achieved when a quantum computer solves a problem
Yeah.
that would take a classical computer an impractical amount of time.
Like years.
Years, centuries,
Oh, wow.
even it's a long time.
Right. And Google achieved this with its Willow chip in 2024.
Yes.
You had mentioned that earlier.
Right.
What's the significance of that achievement?
Well, it was a big milestone
Okay.
because it proved that quantum computers are capable of outperforming classical computers for specific tasks, at least,
You're afraid.
even if it was kind of a contrived one.
Okay.
But it's still a big deal.
Yeah.
Now the challenge is to find real-world problems
Right.
where these quantum computers can really shine.
Some of the research you provided did talk about some really incredible possibilities, like discovering new medicines and improving the safety of AI systems.
Yeah.
Everything from banking to self-driving cars.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little on those applications?
Sure. So for drug discovery,
Yeah.
imagine being able to simulate the interactions of molecules at the atomic level.
Okay.
This could allow scientists to design drugs that are more effective and have fewer side effects
Wow.
than with traditional methods.
So instead of spending years and tons of money on trial and error in the lab,
Right.
we could use quantum computers to speed up the development of these life-saving medicines.
Exactly.
Wow.
It could really shorten that drug development timeline.
Yeah.
Potentially bringing cures for diseases like cancer or Alzheimer's much sooner.
And it goes beyond just designing new drugs, right?
Exactly.
You could also use it to better understand how existing drugs interact with the body,
Right.
leading to more personalized and effective treatments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a huge leap forward for medicine.
Yes.
What about other fields?
Sure.
What are some of the most promising applications outside of healthcare?
Material science is another big one.
Okay.
Think about designing lighter and stronger materials for aircraft.
Right.
Or developing more efficient solar panels
Okay.
for renewable energy.
So we could engineer materials with properties that are currently impossible.
Exactly. Quantum computers can simulate the behavior of materials at the atomic level, which gives scientists a level of control and precision that was unimaginable before. This could lead to breakthroughs in everything from energy storage to construction.
It's incredible. The research you gave me also touched on applications in finance.
Yes.
How could quantum computing change the financial industry?
Well, quantum algorithms could revolutionize how we manage risk and make investment decisions.
Okay.
Imagine being able to analyze huge amounts of financial data and identify patterns that traditional algorithms would never see.
So we could potentially have more accurate financial predictions.
Exactly.
Okay.
And more effective ways to manage risk.
And what about fraud detection?
Yes, quantum computers could also help there to develop more sophisticated systems to protect both individuals and institutions from financial crimes.
That's super valuable in today's world.
Yes.
And of course, we can't forget the potential impact on AI.
Right.
We talked about quantum machine learning earlier.
Yes.
How could that transform the AI landscape?
Well, quantum machine learning could lead to AI systems that are far more powerful and capable than anything we have today.
Yeah.
They could solve problems that are just impossible for classical computers,
Wow.
potentially leading to breakthroughs in natural language processing, image recognition, even scientific discovery.
It's almost impossible to grasp the full implications of that.
It's a lot.
It sounds like a future where AI could fundamentally change how we live and work and interact with the world.
It's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
And it's important that we consider both the potential benefits and the risks.
Right. As we develop more sophisticated AI systems, we want to make sure they're aligned with human values.
For sure.
And are being used for good.
Exactly.
It's not just about the technology, but how we use it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we need to have these open and honest conversations about the potential societal impact of quantum computing and AI.
Right.
And that involves everybody, from scientists and policymakers to ethicists and the general public. One thing is for sure. Quantum computing has the potential to change our world in huge ways.
It really does.
And while we're still early in development,
the
progress being made is so exciting.
It is for sure.
It feels like we're standing at the dawn of a new era.
Yeah.
A quantum era.
Quantum era.
Where we're redefining the boundaries of what's possible.
It's amazing.
So besides this focus on logical qubits and finding those practical applications, what else can we expect to see in 2025?
Well, one interesting trend is the rise of specialized quantum computers.
Specialized quantum computers, what does that mean?
It means that instead of building a one-size-fits-all quantum computer, some companies are focusing on systems designed for specific types of problems.
So a quantum computer designed for drug discovery might be different from one designed for financial modeling.
Precisely. It's a way to get commercial value a little sooner.
Got it.
For example, Bleximo is building systems for very specific applications, like material science. And Quisex is focused on photonic quantum computers for optimization and simulation problems.
So instead of waiting for the ultimate quantum computer, we might see these specialized systems popping up, offering targeted solutions.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
And another trend to watch in 2025 is quantum networks.
Quantum networks. So is that like the internet for quantum computers?
That's a great way to think about it.
Okay.
Imagine connecting multiple quantum computers together to create a virtual quantum supercomputer.
Wow. But isn't that incredibly difficult?
It is challenging, but there has been some progress.
Okay.
Last year, in 2024, Quatech connected 2 small quantum computers in different cities.
Wow.
And companies like IBM are developing technologies to link even more powerful systems together.
So we're taking the first steps towards building a quantum internet.
It seems like it.
What are the implications of that?
Well, it could revolutionize things like scientific research, allowing researchers to collaborate and share resources in a way never done before.
Wow.
It could also lead to new forms of secure communication and distributed quantum computing.
That is fascinating. But it does feel a little daunting.
Yeah.
All this talk of qubits and quantum supremacy and networks.
Right.
Is a PhD in physics required to even understand the basics?
It can seem overwhelming, but the good news is that companies are working on making these computers more accessible.
Okay.
Even for those of us.
Yeah.
Without a deep understanding of the technology.
That's reassuring.
So they're developing software that hides the complexity of quantum computing.
Got it.
For example, StrangeWorks.
Yeah.
They're building a platform that lets you access and run quantum algorithms without needing to code at all.
So it's like using a smartphone. You don't need to know how the processor works to send a text message.
Exactly. These platforms aim to give access to quantum computing to a wider range of users.
So even if we don't fully grasp quantum mechanics, we can still harness this power.
Yes, that's the idea.
And that brings us to workforce development.
Yes.
Right? We need people who can actually operate and program these machines.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a growing need for quantum computing skills. And companies like QCTRL and Curitisas are offering training programs for businesses to upskill their employees.
Okay.
And even MIT is offering a certificate program in quantum computing for working professionals.
So there are options for those who want to specialize in this.
Yes. And this investment in education and training is key to driving innovation and preparing for this quantum-powered future.
We've covered so much already.
We have.
From the fundamentals of qubits to specialized quantum computers, even this potential quantum internet.
It's a lot.
The quantum computing landscape is evolving at lightning speed.
Yeah.
But what about the core technology?
Yes.
Are there advancements happening on the hardware side?
Absolutely. Research into improving and reinventing physical qubits is ongoing.
So even though the focus is shifting toward logical qubits, scientists are still trying to perfect the building blocks themselves.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, any improvement in physical qubit performance will ultimately benefit logical qubits and the overall system.
That makes sense.
This is where things get really mind-boggling.
Okay.
One of your articles mentioned whole spin qubits, which use the absence of electrons in semiconductors to store information.
And there was another one about split electrons or Majorana fermions.
Yes.
It sounded like science fiction.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Those are just two examples of the incredible innovation happening in this field.
Wow.
There are also advancements in simplifying chip fabrication, reducing energy consumption, and even using new materials like glass instead of silicon.
Wow. Is there anything that stands out to you as a really significant breakthrough?
The demonstration of the first true topological qubit by a team from Quantinuum, Harvard, and Caltech is huge.
Okay.
It's a type of qubit that's theoretically far more resistant to errors than other types. And if it lives up to its potential, it could revolutionize quantum computing.
It sounds like 2025 will be a year of exploration and experimentation on all these different fronts.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll probably see breakthroughs in logical qubit technology, specialized quantum computers, quantum networks. And who knows what other surprises are in store for us in the world of physical qubit research.
Exactly. It's hard to predict.
This is incredible. We've covered so much already.
We have.
But there's still more to explore, right?
Oh, yeah.
What about the software and algorithms being developed to harness all of this power?
Right. That's the key.
Yeah, it's not just about building the hardware. We need the tools to use it.
Absolutely.
That's a perfect segue into the next part of our dip dive.
I'm looking forward to it. It's amazing to think about how quantum computers could totally reshape the way we solve problems.
Yeah.
We've talked about the hardware, the qubits, and even the potential for quantum networks. But you're right. It's the software and the algorithms that will really unlock the potential of this technology.
It's like having a super fast race car with no racetrack to drive it on.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to figure out how to use all that power.
Exactly. And that's where the field of quantum software and algorithms comes in.
Okay.
It's a pretty young field, but it's advancing at an incredible pace.
Yeah, one of your sources mentioned Shor's algorithm.
Yes.
Have you heard of that?
Oh, yeah.
Vaguely. I remember reading something about it impacting online security.
That's right. Shor's algorithm can potentially break the encryption that protects so much of our online data.
Oh, wow. So are all our passwords going to become useless?
Not right away.
Okay.
It will likely be a few years before quantum computers are powerful enough to run Shor's algorithm at a scale that's a real threat.
Okay.
But security experts are already working on new encryption methods to resist these quantum attacks.
So it's a race against time.
Kind of.
To develop quantum-proof security.
It is. It's a fascinating area of cryptography.
Yeah.
And there are lots of promising candidates being researched and developed right now.
So Shor's algorithm is this potential code-breaking tool.
Yeah.
What other kinds of quantum algorithms are there?
Well, another important one is Grover's algorithm.
Okay.
It can really speed up searches through unsorted data.
Okay.
Imagine searching a massive database or trying to find something specific online.
Yeah.
Grover's algorithm could make those searches so much faster.
That would be super useful in so many fields,
Yes.
like scientific research, data analysis, even just finding an email in your inbox.
Absolutely. It can totally change how we find and use information.
Yeah.
And there are quantum algorithms specifically designed for optimization problems.
Okay.
These could be used to improve logistics,
Okay.
financial modeling, even the design of new materials.
One of the articles talked about quantum machine learning as a really promising area.
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
It's basically using quantum computers to make machine learning algorithms better. You know, machine learning is already used in everything from personalized recommendations to medical diagnoses.
Right.
But it has its limits.
Uh-huh.
And quantum computers could overcome some of those limitations, leading to big breakthroughs in AI.
So we could have AI systems that are even more powerful and sophisticated than what we have today. What would that look like?
It's hard to say for sure,
Yeah.
but the possibilities are pretty mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Imagine AI that can design new materials,
Wow.
develop super personalized medical treatments,
Okay.
or even solve these complex scientific problems that we just can't right now.
It's exciting and a little scary at the same time.
I know.
It sounds like there's a lot of work to be done before we see widespread use of quantum software and algorithms.
Yes, definitely.
What are some of the challenges?
Well, one of the biggest is that we need specialized expertise.
Right.
Not everyone's going to be a quantum programmer.
Right.
We need to create platforms and tools that are user-friendly and intuitive so more people can use these powerful algorithms.
So easier access for non-quantum experts.
Yes, exactly.
Like a drag-and-drop interface to build quantum algorithms.
Exactly.
Okay.
Several companies are already working on that.
Wow.
We mentioned Strangeworks earlier.
Yeah.
They're building a platform where users can access and run quantum algorithms without having to code anything.
That changes everything.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's like having a quantum computer at your fingertips without needing years of training.
Well, not quite at your fingertips yet.
Right.
But it's a big step in that direction.
Yeah.
And other companies are working on similar platforms and tools,
Okay.
all trying to make quantum computing more accessible.
So it's kind of like the early days of the internet.
Right.
We're still figuring out the best way to use this technology.
Exactly.
And how to make it accessible to everyone.
Yes, it's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And just like the internet,
Yeah.
quantum computing could transform the world in ways we can't even imagine yet.
It's an exciting time to be watching this all unfold.
Absolutely.
It is, while it's easy to get caught up in the technical details,
Right.
I'm curious about the real-world implications.
Yeah.
What does this mean for everyday people?
Right.
How will quantum computing actually change our lives in the coming years?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
And it's the perfect topic to explore in the final part of our deep dive.
So we've gone deep into this world of quantum computers, exploring everything from those mind-bending qubits to the algorithms that make them tick.
It's been quite the journey.
It has been.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears a little and talk about how this revolutionary technology could impact our everyday lives.
Okay.
What are some of the real-world applications that we can expect to see maybe in the near future?
Well, the potential applications are vast.
Yeah.
Really spanning across a bunch of industries.
Yeah.
Healthcare, materials, science,
Right.
finance,
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, it's hard to even imagine all the possibilities.
It is.
One of your articles focused on healthcare
Right.
and mentioned how quantum computers could change drug discovery.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little on that?
Sure. So imagine being able to simulate the interactions of molecules at the atomic level.
Okay.
This would give scientists the ability to design drugs that are more effective
Okay.
and that have fewer side effects
Okay.
compared to traditional methods.
So instead of spending years and
Yeah.
huge sums of money on trial and error in a lab,
Exactly.
we could use quantum computers to speed up the development of new life-saving medicines.
Exactly.
Wow.
It could really shorten that drug development timeline,
Yeah.
potentially bringing cures for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's
Yeah.
much sooner.
So it's not just designing new drugs,
No.
right? You could also use it to better understand how existing drugs interact with the body,
Right.
leading to more personalized and effective treatments.
Exactly.
That sounds like a huge step forward for medicine.
It really is.
What about other fields? What are some of the most promising applications outside of healthcare?
Material science is another exciting area.
Okay.
Think about designing lighter and stronger materials for aircraft
Okay.
or developing more efficient solar panels for renewable energy.
So we could engineer materials with properties that are impossible right now.
Exactly.
Up.
Quantum computers can simulate the behavior of materials at the atomic level, giving scientists a level of control
Right.
and precision
Yeah.
that was previously unimaginable.
That was never even thought of.
Right. And this could lead to breakthroughs in everything from energy storage to construction.
Wow. It's incredible to think about the possibilities.
It is?
The research you gave me also touched on applications in finance.
Yes.
How could quantum computing change the financial industry?
Well, quantum algorithms could revolutionize how we manage risk
Okay.
and make investment decisions.
So how would they do that?
Imagine being able to analyze tons of financial data
Yeah.
and identify patterns that traditional algorithms just can't see.
So we're talking about more accurate financial predictions.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
And more effective ways to manage risk.
And you mentioned fraud detection earlier.
Oh, right.
Is that something that this could be used for?
Yeah, quantum computers could be used to develop more sophisticated fraud detection systems,
Right.
to protect individuals and institutions from financial crimes.
That sounds really valuable
Yeah,
in today's world.
absolutely.
And we've talked about the potential impact on AI.
Right.
We can't forget about that.
No.
We talked about quantum machine learning earlier.
Yeah.
How could that change the AI landscape?
Well, quantum machine learning could lead to AI systems
Yeah.
that are way more powerful
Yeah.
and capable than anything we have today.
It's hard to imagine what that would look like.
It is.
Yeah.
They could solve problems that are currently impossible for classical computers,
Wow.
potentially leading to breakthroughs in natural language processing,
Okay.
image recognition, even scientific discovery.
It's almost impossible to grasp all the implications of that.
I know it's a lot.
It sounds like a future where AI could just fundamentally change
Yeah,
how we live and work and interact with the world.
it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
And it's important that we consider both the potential benefits and the risks of such powerful AI.
Right. So as we develop these AI systems,
Yeah,
we want to make sure that they are aligned with human values.
Absolutely.
And that they're used for good.
of course.
It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it responsibly
Yeah.
and ethically.
Ethically, yeah.
We need to have these open and honest conversations about the potential impact
For sure.
of quantum computing and AI.
Absolutely.
And that involves everyone.
Yes.
Scientists, policymakers, ethicists,
Yeah.
the general public.
We all need to be involved.
Yeah, quantum computing has the potential to change our world in so many ways.
It really does.
And while we're still in those early stages of development,
right.
the progress being made is really exciting.
Incredibly exciting. It's a really fascinating field.
It feels like we're standing at the dawn of a new era,
It does.
a quantum era,
The quantum era.
where the boundaries of what's possible are constantly being redefined.
Yeah. It's amazing to be a part of it.
It is. I want to thank you for guiding us through all of this.
Of course, happy to do it.
It's been a mind-expanding journey.
It has.
And a big thank you to our listener for giving us the research that made this deep dive possible.
Yes, thank you for listening.
We hope this has helped you understand this exciting world of quantum computing and what the future might hold.
I hope so too.